Hey, what's going on, guys? Lazy here, and I might sound different today. I don't know. Um I'm using a different mic. I'm using my headset mic because I've said in other videos that uh I can't that the same sorry, I just woke up from a nap. That the same cord that I use to power my microphone is also the same cord that I have to use to power my Elgato. I am too lazy, to buy a new cord. So we're having to make do. But this is something that I wanted to do, that I've wanted to do for a long time, actually, but just, obviously never really got around to doing. I wanted to go through all of the NSO titles, like every single NSO title, and at least touch on them. We're not gonna play through every single one. We're only gonna play through the ones that I really want to actually play all the way through. So like, um, probably not many of these of the NES games, to be honest. Um, but because NES games are hard, but like all of the NSO stuff. So like even the Famicom stuff, which I'll show you guys here. That's why I have two accounts on my Switch. One is a Japanese linked account. Um, Also, like the audio might be really jacked up. Um, so just a heads up there. Like I don't know how well or how terrible this is gonna go, but my videos suck anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Um, but yeah, like I even want to check out the Japanese stuff, um, Famicom, and then of course we've got Mega Drive and Genesis and N64, Super Famicom, and Super Nintendo, all that good stuff. You can see some of my other games I got here, but yeah, I just thought it would be kind of fun to do. And like I said, we're not going to play through every single game, but just, um, I want to go by release date, and we'll just take a little bit of a look at a lot of these games. I'll even check out some of the special versions, since I never really usually do that. Um, and yeah, we'll just have a little fun time out of it. So I just thought it would be something kind of fun to do every once in a while, in between the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Also, um, well, never mind. Anyway, anyway, so you can sort by release date. You can do custom order by title, by release date, by time last played, by total time played, which we already know. Look at that. So I've spent like 2 hours. No, 2 hours. Uh, I've spent a lot of time playing Mario Bros. This is one of my favorite games of all time. We'll get into that once we get to it. But right now, we're just gonna check out by release date, and we're gonna start with a title that I actually don't think got released in the U.S., so I don't know why it's on the U.S. Thingamaboop, but for some reason they have released some Japanese only, or I should say Famicom only games on the NES app. So whatever. We're gonna start with Devil World, which I don't know. I played a little bit of this a second ago, and I could not for the life of me figure it out. It's sort of like Pac-Man. Oh, you can shoot fire when you have the cross, I guess. Okay. And I guess our goal is to... Yeah, so this is a lot like Pac-Man, actually. So yeah, if a little bit of... Okay, this is just Pac-Man. Like, this is just Pac-Man with slight religious undertones. Which, you know, I don't know, maybe Pac-Man had slight religious undertones to begin with, I don't know. But anyway, so if you are a Smash Bros. Fan, you might recognize the little devil guy at the top. He was an... Whoa, that guy spawned right next to me. He was actually an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, was where he made his debut as an assist trophy. Which is just kind of, you know, a little bit of trivia for you. I remember it because, okay. I remember that guy being an assist trophy because when Brawl came out, I was super excited for Brawl. I remember when we, so I was in, I think I was actually in 7th grade when it came out, but when I first heard about it, I was in 6th grade, so, like, I was homeschooled. Alright, we picked first level. We got, this is such a strange little game. But anyway, so, like, when I was in 6th grade, I gotta, like, oh, okay, I see. So this is kind of like a boss battle, I guess. So when I was in 6th grade, I remember, like, we used to go to the library at school, right? And, we used to be able to check out these magazines, and one of them, it might have been like Game & Oh, hi. Where are you going? Bonus box. One of them might have been Game Informer. I'm not sure. It was some kind of video game magazine. I do remember that. And, crap. But I remember, they had a feature on, Brawl, and all of the different characters, all of the different, assist trophies that was going to be in it, and I just remember I would check that magazine out all the time, because I really wanted to, I was so excited for Brawl, because Melee, I grew up with Melee as a kid, and Melee was just my jam. So I was really excited for a new Smash Bros, especially because like, Sonic was going to get to be in it, and I was still a pretty big Sonic fan back then. Not so much nowadays, but, you know, I still respect Sonic. Just, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but like, yeah, Sonic was a big thing I was excited about. I was really hoping Mega Man was going to get to be in it, but I wouldn't get that until the Wii U and 3DS Smash, but yeah, this little devil dude was he was an assist trophy in Brawl, and so that, you know, that's just kind of interesting, a little bit of trivia for you, if you're into that sort of stuff. Now, I will say, as a Christian, this is a little, you know, it's a little, but, you know, it's just a little silly little game. Obviously, I know that, but it's interesting because, you'll find, like, a lot of the Japanese games, in particular, Because obviously everybody knows, Nintendo of America's stance on religious iconography and stuff back in the 80s and 90s. It was a lot different than it was, or than it is now. They were very much, you were not allowed to. So, like, this game would have never came overseas, or if it did, there would have been a lot changed about it. Primarily, like, obviously we would be collecting Bibles, presumably Bibles, or crosses. Which I get where they were coming from, they wanted to, I assume they wanted to be respectful as well as, just avoid any kind of controversies, so I get that. But obviously, people don't really care about that as much today as they did back then. But yeah, you'll find a lot of these older, Famicom games and stuff. They didn't really care. they didn't really care, as far as that went. NES games, they would change a lot of things, like in NES Zelda. They would, oh, crud. Like, I think the magic book in NES Zelda is, in the Famicom version, I think it's just straight up the Bible. I might be wrong about that. I thought I grabbed it. I'm pretty sure that's the case, but anyway. Wow, that time runs out really fast. Interestingly enough, though, like, Castlevania was, fairly... I'm dead. Maybe not? Oh, yep, I'm dead. Go down! Go down! Go down! Go down! Ah! Okay, so we got, this is our last life. So, like, Castlevania was, interestingly enough, pretty, popular. Although, I guess they were able to get away with that because it wasn't straight up, I don't know, I've never played Castlevania, but I guess I can see how Nintendo of America might have been a little lax with it. But yeah. Anyway, that's a big conversation for another time. Which will eventually, I think Castlevania is on here, is it not? So we'll eventually get to play that. I think it's on here. I might actually be wrong. Is it not? Or am I just overlooking it? I could have swore the first Castlevania was on here, but, maybe not. Anyway, so that was Devil World, just like some kind of, basically a Pac-Man clone with a twist. It's kind of fun, to be honest. But nothing I would probably come back to super often. Now we're gonna get into some of the American release stuff with the NES Sports Series to start off. With NES Baseball, and I have actually played this before. We're gonna go with the R team. And this is as basic gets. Boy, look at that 77-mile-per-hour ball. Look at it go. Now, I don't actually really know how to play this, so we're just gonna kind of... Any of these games, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on. Like, learning or anything. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear and see if I can figure it out. So, like, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so... Alright. So, we were batting there just in case, it wasn't super obvious. No, I don't. Okay, there's an out. I'm kind of just. Oh, jeez. Okay, so what to talk about here? I guess we can just talk about baseball in general. Um, so I know baseball in Japan is a pretty big thing, which it is in America as well. Um, Obviously, it's America's pastime, right? Uh, Although I would argue that we hear more about, at least around where I live, you hear more about basketball and football. But anyway, uh, I don't really have that much of a history with baseball, to be honest. I don't know where I'm going. uh, when I was a kid, I wanted to play baseball for the school, but my mom wouldn't let me. My mom was kind of overprotective. Uh, she didn't want me playing, any kind of contact sport, which I don't know if baseball is considered a contact sport or not, but she basically didn't want me doing anything. Uh, um, but I know where she was coming from, so it's not like I'm mad about it or anything. Oh wow. But my cousin played baseball, and I went to several of his games when we were kids, and always had just a great time being there and stuff, and playing around in the stands and everything. Uh, as far as baseball itself goes, I do like baseball as a sport. I don't really keep up with the MLB at all. Uh, but I used to for a little bit. I was kind of trying to get into, like, because the only sport I've majorly gotten into, is that a homer? Let's go! Uh, the only sport I've majorly gotten into is just the NBA and a little bit of NCAA basketball. But not so much these days. I still keep up with the NBA a little bit. Um, but like I said, nothing huge. I assume you can make him run to second, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not gonna chance it. Go! Dang it. Oh, is that only 2 outs? Sweet. Uh, the only other, like, experience, quote unquote, that I have with baseball is me and my cousin, the same one that played baseball when he was a kid. He had a couple different baseball video games growing up. One of them I think was MLB The Show, but that might have been after. That might have been later. I don't know if that was out yet. It was some kind of, your bog standard MLB game. Catch that. Thank you. But the other one that I really, really remember is Slugfest. Um, which I assume they're not making any of those games anymore. I don't even know who made those. Wasn't it like a Midway thing? I might be wrong, but there was a time in the mid 2000s where they were, for some reason, there was a lot of well, I say a lot. There were, can you go? Yeah, there we go. There were a couple of different sports games coming out. Primarily, I think it was just mostly baseball and the NFL. Um, but they had NFL Blitz and MLB. I just said it. What is it? Slugfest. Where they were kind of these not hyper violent, but definitely more violent than you would expect from a normal sports game. Like Slugfest's big thing was like you could be running toward a base as somebody who is on offense. And I guess, do you call it offense in baseball? I have no idea. That's a homer. Dang. But like you could be like this guy could be running toward base right now, and like say my guy has the ball and he's gonna try and tag him to get an out. You could like literally like Superman punch the baseman and stuff like that. There was a lot more to it than that, but I can't remember a whole lot of specifics. But oh come on, guys, you could have caught that. But it was stuff like that, and like Blitz. I owned NFL Blitz. For the GameCube. Are you pooping my poop? I thought he was gonna catch it. It's a little hard to figure out how to control your fielders. But like Blitz, you could one of the fun things about Blitz was like you could tackle someone, right? And then you could continually dogpile them over and over and over and over and over. It was just pretty fun. So like not hyper violent or anything, but it was a little bit more violent than you would expect from like your normal sports game. And that I didn't really play Slugfest that much because, like I said, my cousin owned it. I never actually owned it, but I did own Blitz, NFL Blitz, and that was really fun. We used to play that a lot, me and my cousins and stuff. So I used to hang out with my cousins a lot growing up when I was a kid, but not so much nowadays. You know, it's one of those things where you grow up and you know you kind of do your own separate thing. You know, it's just part of life. Kind of like having you know, you have a lot of friends in high school, and then you graduate and you never see any of them ever again. As Lord knows that's the case with me. I have one friend from high school that I still regularly talk to, and I had quite a bit of friends in high school. I mean, I was never mega popular, but I was dude, I tried to get him to run and he wouldn't run. Somebody's calling me. I'm going to do something strange here. I'm going to edit a video, so I'm going to take this call and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So I decided that was probably enough for baseball for today. I know you were probably awaiting the exciting conclusion of that game, but it's kind of fun. I kind of liked it. If I could learn the controls, it would probably be more fun. I assume it's 2 players, so but you know, we'll see. Or we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, pretty fun. But now on to a game that I know for a fact I don't understand how to control this flipping game. I've played this once before. This is Clueland. I know that it has something to do with, like... Am I supposed to be getting these rupees? These are just straight up rupees, by the way. I assume I can kill those guys? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. How do you... What? I don't know what I'm doing! Okay, you just bounce off walls, so there's that, I guess. Am I just trying to find where all the rupees are? Is there a system to this? I don't know. It's kind of cool how fluid it is, considering it's on the NES. The movement's very fluid. Like the animations. Oh, okay, so you push them into the walls. And it... What? I don't understand. I don't know what's happening. I'm just kind of doing stuff. I've tried to play this a little while back on my own time. Before I started recording again. I guess that kills me. And I had no idea what I was doing then either. So I kind of already knew coming into this that it was going to be more of the same. That's just it. So I assume you're trying to connect all of the rupees? I guess? What's happening? Okay. Another sort of obviously Pac-Man inspired in a way. Although maybe not to the same extent as Devil World was. Oh crap, I forgot to shoot. Also getting Dig Dug vibes. I don't know if I should be, but kinda getting Dig Dug vibes. Ah crap, man. It's just the controls is so weird. You don't... It's kinda hard to explain the controls. Like, you hold a direction and he grabs onto the little nodes, or you know, in Metal Gear Solid, the nerds. But not. It's kind of just annoying to control. Okay, so I guess if you swing around that node, it doesn't kill you. I don't know. I'm trying to. Okay, just go straight. Now we know the rest are up here. Right? Okay, I feel like if you played this enough, you would probably start to understand the controls, and I could understand how this would be a really fun little arcade game, but alright, yeah, so you make a face. I don't know, man. It's strange. It's really strange. Trying to figure this one out. So, is it going to be the same face? I also just noticed that we have a timer at the top. Oh, he's fast. So how do you know? I guess you just don't. I guess you just gotta kind of figure out the patterns or whatever. Oh. He's so fast! I feel like this is a little too fast for level 2. Oh my gosh, dude. I could see how this would be I assume this was probably in arcades, right? It had to have been. Oh! He's so fast! No! It's kind of fun once you get used to it. Well, quote-unquote used to it. Definitely would not say I'm used to it. Crud. There you go. Go down. No, go down. See, that's the thing, if you don't... I'm trying to match it up, but... It's so hard to, keep track of where I'm at. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. There's that. I don't know if I have to find those or not. Okay, so, I'm about to run out of time here, so does that matter? Well, I died, so... Okay, yeah, so you run out of time, and I assume it's game over. Okay, so... I think I almost got that one. I think I was just missing one there. The character is sort of cute, but at the same time, I really want to punch him in the face. That was Clueland. I'm not playing any more of that. It's fun, but it's way too hectic for my liking. Just way, way too hectic. But I could see how somebody might have a lot of fun with that. Moving on. This is Excite Bike. Also an assist trophy in Smash, I think, right? It's been a while since I've had anything to do with any Smash Brothers games, but Excite Bike is a really fun NES game. Um, this was really cool back in the day because you could edit your own tracks. And I think there was a way that you could play those tracks on a friend's console or something. I might be wrong in remembering that, but it was something to that effect. You could edit your own tracks, and which was pretty cool for back in the day, you know. There's also like a way that you can kind of gain momentum on these jumps. But it kind of reminds me the way that you get momentum on these jumps. So like there was this series of games that I used to love as a kid. Now I was never a big like motocross guy. I've rode a motorcycle one time, and it was on the back of my cousin's motorcycle, and I was scared to death. Drove an ATV a little bit, you know, a four-wheeler. That's about it. But I used to. There's a series of PS2 games. Well, and I think they went on to other consoles as well. I know that they were on the PSP as well, but there was ATV Off-Road Fury and MX Unleashed. And I used to play the heck out of those games as a kid because they were just so fun. I did sort of like racing, but the funnest part was that it was split-screen two-player, and there was this big open world like maps that you could go on and just do whatever, do all kinds of different stuff. Mostly just riding around and making your own fun was a big part of it. But like in MX Unleashed, which was probably my favorite, I liked it more than I did the ATV Off-Road Fury games. In MX Unleashed, you could also pilot other vehicles depending on like what map you were on, I think, or something like that, or maybe they were on every map. But like there was like a biplane. I remember that. I think there was like a dune buggy. I don't remember what else there was. I feel like there was more than that. But anyway, the reason I bring that up, that series, is because the way you get momentum on these hills is kind of the same way you do it in MX Unleashed. You pull back, and then at a certain point you push forward, and it kind of makes you gain momentum. But yeah, this is just a really fun little way to kill time. I definitely would not put Excite Bike in like my top. Well, maybe I would put it in my top 10 NES games. But it's weird that we never really got a sequel to this game, at least as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's some kind of like obscure Excite Bike game out there somewhere. I feel like there is. I think, didn't they try to... Well, there's an Excite Bike 64, isn't there? I'm not super familiar with this franchise, obviously. Whoa! And then I think they tried to do... Didn't they try to do something on, like, the Wii? I can't remember. I feel like they tried to bring the series back for either the Wii or the Wii U or something like that, but it didn't really, obviously it didn't, you know, work out. My first experience playing this game, I think, was on the 3DS virtual channel shop thing, whatever the heck it's called, the eShop or whatever. I think I bought this and played the heck of it next time. Or next time, I saw that next track and played the heck of it back then. But yeah, it's just a fun little game. And I've never really messed around with the track editor. Maybe if I ever... Oh, now we're starting to get more obstacles. If I ever revisit this game on the channel, maybe I will do that. But for now, I think that's really about it for me and Excitebike. We'll try to finish this race, I guess, quote-unquote race. The sprite works really nice for the NES, at least. I mean, obviously, we're not breaking any grounds here or anything. But it's nice. It's a fun little, you know, the track customization was the big draw, I guess, with this game. I don't know, I wasn't alive in the 80s, but, I would assume, for the time, the track editor was probably a pretty big deal. I'm trying to think of something to, like, compare it to, but nothing's coming to mind. The first thing that pops to mind is Mario Maker, but obviously that's, you know, comparing the two of these games is a little bit of a stretch. But it would be cool if we could get a new Excitebike game. I think it would be fun. Maybe they could do like a 99 game, like how they've done with Tetris and F-Zero and Mario 35, which I really wish Mario 35 I hope it comes back someday, but yeah, this is the design. This is where you make your own tracks, and you can save, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to worry about that. We're done with Excitebike for today. Maybe we'll come back and visit it in another video someday. Probably not, but... Next up is Ice Climber. Now, I have played this game before, but it's been a long time, so... coming back to Smash Bros. Brawl, so in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, one of the coolest things that I remember anyway, whoa, the momentum is weird on your jumps, was that it had certain unlockables, and one of those unlockables was that you could unlock demos for certain virtual console games. And one of those, like they had Ocarina of Time, for example, Super Metroid. It was pretty cool because they were really trying to push the virtual console stuff back then. Sadly, it doesn't seem like Nintendo really cares as much about that anymore. At least not as much as they used to. But, back during the Wii, they definitely did. And one of the demos on Brawl was Ice Climbers. And so that's the first time I ever got to play this, I think, is this the only Ice Climbers game in existence? Surely not. Surely it got like a sequel at some point. At least like maybe an arcade game? I don't know. That's something I'll have to look at later, but yeah, if you've ever played, if you ever play Ice Climbers, the characters, Nana and Popo, I guess it would be Nana and Popo, if you want to be whatever, anyway, yeah, this is the game that they originated in, so it's always interesting, because I know a lot of people were sad that Ice Climbers were left out of, I guess you would call it Smash 4. I think they were left out of that anyway, I'm pretty sure they were. I didn't really play Smash 4 that much. I had the 3DS version, but I didn't necessarily really play it that much. That's the one Smash game that I really don't have that much experience with. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, this is just it. I mean, you climb, you bash stuff with your hammer, you try not to die. I remember the Smash stage in Melee was one of my favorites. I think that's probably true for a lot of people. It's such an iconic stage. Where you're climbing up the mountain and you got these little Yeti dudes and and stuff. Actually, random fact, and this is gonna sound so stupid. Why can't I jump over here? Whoa, I'm getting sucked off to the side. That's weird. What is happening? Do I die? No? That's so weird. But it's like pulling me off to one side. That's so strange. What was I gonna say? I was talking about the stage. Oh yeah, this is gonna sound so stupid. But I had never heard of eggplants before Smash Bros. Melee. So like, what, Melee was 2003, I think? So I wasn't even 10. I was born in 95, so I was like 8 years old. Melee might have even been older than that. I can't remember what year it came out, but yeah, I think there was like an eggplant trophy or something in Melee, and that was the first time I'd ever heard of an eggplant. I had no idea what I was like. Does it taste like eggs? Like, you know, I've never heard of an eggplant before. Melee, but thanks to Ice Climbers and this, I found out what an eggplant was. So I've still never eaten one, I don't think. If I have, I definitely don't remember it. I'd imagine it's probably something kind of like a squash, but I've never eaten a squash either, as far as I know. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe I have, and I just don't, like, remember. Maybe it was such a traumatic experience that I made myself forget. But anyway, yeah. Enough of that, jeez. That's gonna do it for Ice Climbers. I'm gonna go ahead and die. We'll just see what the game over screen is like. Okay, it's a lot like, Clueland. Has the same game over. That's interesting. I like seeing, little connections between these old games. Oh, you can choose what mountain you want to go to. That's cool. How high does it go to 99? No, it doesn't. It goes to 32. Okay. Pretty fun. Nice little time killer. That's what a lot of these old NES games are. Up next. Yeah, so moving on. I liked it. It was fun. I liked it. Moving up next is Pinball, which apparently has Mario in it. According to that box art. Okay, so this is just literally Pinball. I thought it was going to be like a breakout thing at first. Wait, how do you switch bump? What is happening? Okay, so suddenly breakout. Bye. How do you switch bumpers? Oh, that's weird. So it's left on the D-pad for the left bumper and A for the right bumper. I also don't understand why we keep getting that breakout game. But yeah, this is literally just Pinball. I don't know what I expected. Well, I know what I expected. I thought it was going to be like a breakout thing, and they were just calling it pinball. From the box art, I thought it was going to be all breakout, but apparently not. Apparently we got real pinball now. 3D space pinball. This is not. I kind of like what they got going on here. They definitely were playing a little loose with the Mario theme, which Mario Bros, I guess, I don't know if that was out by now. I assume Donkey Kong must have at least been out because I don't know about NES Donkey Kong, but arcade Donkey Kong must have been because we saw Pauline there. So Mario might not be the Super Mario that we know and love today. That might have been the Jumpman iteration from Donkey Kong. It's interesting. I mean, it's fun for an NES physics-based game. It's actually holding up pretty well, and it's interesting that we've got two different screens, as well as the bonus stage screen is its own thing. So I assume we're probably trying to like break Pauline out of there. How interesting would it be if we never had Princess Peach? How interesting would it have been? Personally, I'm not like the biggest Peach fan. She is kind of cute, but I like her a lot more than Pauline. I don't know why. I thought Pauline's inclusion in Odyssey was really cool. Me personally, I'm a Rosalina fan. You know, like any sane person, I really like Rosalina. Daisy's okay. I think if I had to rank them in order of my favorite, the Mario princesses, that is, I would definitely put Rosalina at the top. I even had a crush on Rosalina as far back as Galaxy. I thought she was so pretty. Like back when it came out, Galaxy. It would definitely be in order of my favorite to my least favorite. It would be Rosalina, Peach, Daisy, Pauline. I don't know why. I think with Pauline, it's the lipstick. I know a lot of guys like, you know, red lipstick. That's like a, that's like a trope, you know, of attractiveness or whatever. Me personally, I've always kind of found it unattractive. This is just my takes personally. This is just my, tastes, I guess. Not really something I like talking about, to be honest, but while we're on the subject of it, I think the reason, and it's weird because red's probably my favorite color, but red lipstick's just never done it for me. It's always been, I don't know, never been my thing, but I can understand why, you might like it. But anyway, moving on to our last game of the day here, NES Soccer. Enough of talking about what type I have. I've never played this one. So we got different countries here. We got USA, Gabur, Fra, Ferg, Broad, Japun, and Esp. We're gonna go with good old USA here. Skill level 1 because I suck. Halftime 15, so is this... Surely this isn't minutes, like real minutes, is it? Okay, we're off. I don't... Offside. I don't know soccer. The only soccer game I ever played, which is conversely the only real, What? I don't... Is it because I'm... Can you not pass? The only soccer... experience I have is freaking Mario Strikers. I don't know what's happening. This is so weird. And that was minutes, but it's not real world minutes, I'm noticing. I have a friend who really likes soccer. He's pretty into it. That's about the only person that I know that actually cares about soccer. I like soccer as a concept. I think it's a cool sport. But I just never really got into it. The only soccer players I can think of in real life, David Beckham, and I think there's a player named Lionel Messi, I think. Now, I couldn't tell you what teams these guys play for. Oh my god, I'm just pressing buttons. So I don't know that many rules about soccer. I don't know what offside means, if there's any. Okay, so they're just letting me have it, I guess. I think B is pass and A is shoot. So I don't know why I was getting an offsides thing. I think it might have been because I was pressing the shoot button and that had something to do with it. But I don't know what offsides actually means in terms of legit soccer. Kick it! Let's go! USA! USA! Yeah! Just dancing around. That's hilarious. Again, I assume this is 2 players, and it's probably way funner with the second player. Just going, like, single player, it's not really that fun. It's kind of fun. Like, I can see, like, how somebody could kill some time with this. Alright, what's the halftime show gonna be like? Do they have halftime shows in soccer? They do! Oh, look at the little cheerleaders. Look at them go. Look at them go. Look at them jump around. That's adorable. Like, they didn't have to do this, right? They didn't have to, but they did. They included a little halftime show. That's adorable. Like, 'cause who cares, right? But like, I care. Like, I'm glad they did that. That's so nice. So, like, I don't know if these were also... I assume these were also released in, like, all these old sports games. I assume these were also released in Japan, but I actually don't really know for sure. Okay, that guy kicked it to the wrong... Bro said, kick it! Go! Oh, yeah! Go, Lennon! Yeah! USA! 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 I don't even know who we're playing. We're playing the country of Cup 1. No, wait, it's Cup... Wait, no, okay. I thought that was their score for a second, and then I realized they haven't actually scored yet because they suck! Also, I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. But yeah, as much as I would love to finish this out, I kind of don't feel like it. I think we've seen all that NES Soccer has to offer us. So that's gonna be it for today. Just a fun little video. I thought it would be fun to go through and check out all of the different NSO games. Next time we'll hit up this row and check out one of my top 10 favorite games of all time, Super Mario Bros. NES, NES Tennis, Wrecking Crew, which I think I've played a little bit. I don't know what this is.
Ja, ja. I don't know what that kanji is. That kanji? Or is that just ka? It's something kun. He's a ninja on a frog. I guess that's who we play as. And then we'll check out Twin Bee, which I have played before and it's pretty fun. And we'll check out these special versions too. That'll probably be tomorrow, I think. So stay tuned for that, I guess. um, but yeah, you guys take care and thanks for watching. I will catch you later. Bye.